Welcome to Season 2 of All Things Music, where I'm giving you, the viewers and listeners, an all-access pass, and I'm pulling back the curtain on the music business. I've reached out to all my music business friends, and they've agreed to let loose and be real with me. So all aspects of their career, relationships, big wins, and hard losses, nothing is off the table. You never know where these convos will go, so hold on and let the hangout begin. Tonight we have special guest Sarah Vaughan Award winner Quiana Lynell. She hails from New Orleans, Louisiana by way of Texas. That's right, that's an awesome combination. We'll talk about her tours, her victories, and how she won that award. All right, y'all, so welcome backstage. Let's go. Oh, yeah. What's up, y'all? What's up? Your boy, Sean Hardway. We're here for All Things Music. It's about to go down. Y'all don't even know how it's going down. I got my girl. She's coming back. She's about to come backstage. Y'all ready for it? Ladies and gentlemen, get your minds right. For Quiana Lynell.
Hey.
It's all for you. Oh, one more time.
How y'all doing?
What's happening, girl? What's happening?
I'm chilling, man.
Talk to your boy.
Trying to stay up.
What you got going on?
Trying to stay up. How you been, bro? How you been?
I've been great.
On the other side of I-10.
Oh, man, that's a song.
Right on the other side, man. I-10 got a lot of sides.
True. Look. We're gonna do that one. Me and you got.
On the other side of I-10.
Look, are you
that's like a long distance love, right there.
Yeah. Are you on contract?
See, bro, what did we just about to jump right into all things considered, huh?
All things.
You have to talk to my people. I don't even worry about that stuff. I just create art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I just make great music.
I'm gonna get there one day. Well, I'll be able to say, you know what? I have no idea. You're gonna talk to my people.
I just make great music.
Because I'm saying, me and you could do a song. I mean, I don't be singing like you be singing, but I mean,
bruh, I don't know. You coming out the closet with these cuts, with these skills you got on your new tune. I'm loving it, bro. I'm loving it.
Thank you so much.
And you were singing. I was like, wait a minute, this ain't the regular party. There's a difference when you party sing, not in any. It's just different, But you that's ballad singing.
Yeah.
Ballad singing is a little more.
It's a little different.
Yeah, it's a little different. When Ella first started singing, Chick Webb wouldn't let her sing ballads because you had to sing a ballad, to sustain those notes, to commit to that story, commit to that pitch. Yeah. It takes a little maturity, So when you first start, it's very easy to sing something fast, something quick that you don't have to be all the way emotionally invested in, But that ballad, he was like, not yet, nope. Mm-mm. But when he did, though.
Yeah. He made her want it. He made her work for it.
He made her want for it. Yeah, work for it.
He made her work for it. That's fire. Yeah, I used to do a lot of singing, like real singing, but then, for the nature of the Creole rock and soul. Hey. See, you make me act a fool. But the nature of the...
But sometimes, the Creole rock and soul, you still want to rock it a little,
Well, no, I do, because I haven't, like I did You Complete Me. You Complete Me, I don't know if you heard that one, but every time I close my eyes, listen to my heart, all it says is you, baby.
You've been hiding this from me, Mr. Arduin.
I've been trying to get my
I don't understand. Well, see, it's a difference when you got to lead with that. You got to lead with that. So when you come and you be like, I want to listen, but I'm like, but you never. I mean, let me stop.
Go ahead. Do we backstage? This is what would happen backstage.
When you come to me, you be like if you singing Creole rock and soul and you just singing some the blues and it's party.
Right.
If you're coming to me for a lesson, I'm thinking you're coming to me a lesson for longevity, health. How do I sing this way healthily? Because it may be causing you some trauma. That's usually right. That's usually it. Yeah. And what I immediately think is you have to stop singing that. Because you so if you would have led with I can sing like this though, I'd have been like, oh, come on. And I but you didn't I didn't know you was singing, Sean. I thought you was just barking at the mic. If we keeping it real, you know, I thought you just, you know, kind of.
Do you like what you see?
You know, it's a difference. So when you slowed it down and you said, you know, yeah, it's a different timbre. I was like,
when you see me.
That's it. The vibrato came out. I was like, who is this?
Okay.
All right. I see what y'all doing on the other side of I-10.
Yeah. Well, now, what was the, I'm glad we're recording this.
On the other side of I-10.
No, it was something. It was. It's recorded.
That's why I'm a jazz artist, because I do something like what we did. Y'all don't do it again.
That's the same thing to me. People, when I'm helping people out and I'm coaching or something like that, or we writing in a session, I record everything, because I'll just start flowing, and they'll be like, yeah, and I'll be like, what?
That part again. I'm like, when?
Now when I'm on the flip, and the musicians are going, I'll be like, do that again. They'll be like, what? I say this. You know what I'm saying? But most people aren't thinking that, and stuff goes by. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but friend, it's something like friend on the other side of I-10, something like that. I don't know. Yeah. But we got it. Okay, so to begin, the way we start every episode is I get everybody to say allons manger.
Repeat that, por favor.
Allons manger. Wrong language.
I know. Allons manger. Allons manger.
Girl. You know why she know how to do that? Because she be singing other languages and stuff, you know, because she's a vocal expert.
Because she trained for this.
Because she trained. She ain't new to this.
Trained for this. Look. She ain't new. She true, baby.
Right, that's what I say. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. So, okay, so allons manger. So I do that because to break the ice, I just say, okay, so what is your favorite food of all time?
Sometimes I feel ashamed to say. So food and I have a horrible relationship.
Bro, me too. I feel you.
She like my long lover that just keep coming back in my life and leaving me and coming back and leaving me. We have a horrible relationship. So I say that because I'm ashamed of the things that I like.
Look, don't be saying.
You know, I want to say these kale chips from Whole Foods. I want to say carrot souffle. That's my favorite. No, baby. You want to know what my favorite of all time meal? Like if I were to ever do something worth being locked up and had a last meal, I would like a double breaded chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and white cream gravy. Because I'm from Texas. See, I know. I wasn't going to say, but you know what else could be a close runner-up would be some like catfish Acadiana, like with some crawfish on it, or that almondine sauce.
Yeah.
That would be a close second. But like the Texas girl in me, a double breaded, like deep fried, homemade, like milk flour. Deep it.
And they beat it.
Tenderize it. Yep.
Gotta beat it.
What you know about that? With some good chunky mashed potatoes, not just the creamy. Like, gotta have some chunks of the big potato pieces in there.
Yeah. So you know you did it by hand.
Yeah. Ooh. That's it.
And you know,
with some nice good rolls.
Oh, come on, stop. Yeast rolls? Like look, them cafeteria rolls.
Because I never eat that anymore. I haven't had one of those in.
Hey, them cafeteria rolls?
Them cafeteria rolls.
Them yeast
just
rolls.
like that. Just like that.
Where you keep the starter in your refrigerator?
Yes.
Come on, somebody, let's talk about it.
Exactly.
Look, I can cook. We can talk about cooking later. So so now, since we're in this coronation, seems like we're coming out of the coronation, but we're in a coronation. Mm-hmm. So and we'll talk about why you want to be eating the breaded, double breaded thing later. Right. But since you don't eat the same way, what is your go-to food now in the coronation? I mean, I follow you on Facebook and IG and stuff, and so I see what you're cooking. But tell the people what you're cooking.
My go-to is some blackened salmon and a roasted vegetable, like some carrots, some Brussels sprouts, maybe even some potatoes or some type of mixed vegetable, broccoli. We love roasted broccoli. But that's my go-to.
Now, how you season?
I use a blackening seasoning, Tony's, garlic, I mean, I put garlic powder, oregano and basil on everything. Everything that I cook has garlic powder, oregano, and basil. I don't care what it is. In some different level of seasoning, those three are gonna be like. It may be a little more garlic heavy. It just depends. But that's like my base.
It's your go-to.
Everything has that. But yeah, but my trick for my blackening, I like it with the skin on my salmon. So I put butter in the cast iron skillet. You got to blacken it in butter. You can't blacken it in no olive oil. It's got to be
no Earl. You got to butter.
It's two things that I learned. You know what else I learned about over the COVID? One thing I learned is that an egg cooked in butter, like a fried egg in butter, changed your life.
First of all,
I did. You know,
why are you cooking it in something else besides butter?
A little oil, spray the pan, nonstick.
Nah, man.
Baby.
I'm vegetarian now. I use vegan butter now. I'm still not gonna use no oil. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Nah. No, my child is a aspiring chef.
Okay.
And she's like, the French egg mom is made with. She whipped it a certain way. You had to whip it more, like, the color of the egg to see the aeration. Yep. She was telling me. And then she said,
add a little cream in it or milk in it?
I don't know. And then she put that butter in that skillet, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm a believer. I tried to eat really healthy, but I splurge on the butter in the eggs.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. And then I use real butter. It's not like any like I use the purest butter I can. Like that's one of the things I try to do is always use the best quality that I can afford.
At the time.
At the time, what is the best quality of product? I try not to get anything processed, nothing in a box with a pre-made packet seasoning. I make pretty much everything except I don't make pasta. Making pasta, not making pasta. Even though my children beg me to make pasta, we're not making pasta from scratch. The noodles, I mean.
Because, this is great. So, yeah, so butter, and you get the best butter at the time. So, I made a cake from scratch.
Okay, vegan?
No.
I'm about to say, how you make a vegan?
I'm vegetarian.
Okay. But you eat eggs.
I don't eat a lot, but when I eat sweets or if I got to have something that has eggs in it, I ain't got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying?
You eat animal products. So you eat honey, milk?
Yes.
Yeah,
honey, no milk.
Okay.
But that heavy cream that got to go in the cake and in the icing. And the Philadelphia cream cheese.
That's just once in a while.
For that cream cheese icing and all that powdered sugar that was in. Girl, look, I made it from the rooter to the tutor, from the top to the bottom.
Wow. You sifted the flour?
Of course I did.
Okay.
Come on now.
Hey, I'm just asking.
How you do it? Hey.
Hey.
No. It was fire. It tastes.
What kind of cake?
It was a vanilla cake.
Oh, a vanilla cake. A pound cake or like
No,
just
it was layers.
Oh, a vanilla just
Yeah.
What do they call it? Sponge cake.
No, it was a white cake. No, it wasn't sponge. It was white. It was very dense. It was rich. And it had those cream cheese layers, those homemade cream cheese ice cream layers in between it. And the recipe called for three layers, but I only got 2 pans. So I did 2 layer and did a sheet cake with the rest. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Old school.
Yeah.
Because if I'd have did that 3 layer, I'd have already ate half the doggone cake anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I don't cook sweets. And sweets, that is the worst friend of the food family.
It depends on the kind of sweet. Yeah. Did you freeze? You freezing?
Oh, you're freezing up.
You back?
Me?
No, you back. Okay, cool. No, you went. So you back?
If I make a cake, I'm gonna give most of it away. I don't want to keep a cake in my house.
That sheet cake,
yeah.
I cut it in half and brought it to my mom in the house. I was like, here y'all go. They don't need it. Lord knows they don't need it. But hey.
But neither do I.
But I'm like this. If I can give them that's better than them going and getting something from the store with all that super processed stuff. Right,
because it's homemade. Exactly.
So exactly. But anyway, let's talk about young Quiana. What is young Quiana doing? When did she get the bug? When did she first know she could sing? How did that become the thing?
let's talk about young Quiana. So young Quiana grew up in a house of singers. Like I grew up in church.
So it's birth.
And
It's birth.
yeah, I've been singing. We've been harmonizing probably since I was 4, 3. Like we would sit on the row and you had to pick a note and it can't be the same, you know. And my mama has 5 kids, so we was tight.
Tight
thing,
harmonies,
like,
huh? Y'all like
I'm not gonna say we wasn't that. It wasn't no different type of church environment, but we were definitely creating our own harmonies and our polyphonic like rhythms with each other, like on the spot.
What's polyphonic for the people in the back? For the people who are in the room, you ain't got
just means
flex.
multiple.
You got a master's degree, or you got?
No, I got. See, why are you always trying to qualify and quantify stuff? Like,
say, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I have a regular Bachelor of Arts. No, poly means many, so just many voices doing different things. Yes,
and that I'm just getting because we backstage.
More than one.
We backstage. They don't know. We backstage. We'll start talking.
You would
about
not ask.
Stuff. You know what I'm saying? We backstage, man. I got to clear it up for the people that's watching.
I feel you. Yeah. So I grew up singing with my family. We didn't have we had a choir at church, and we also had like small groups that would travel and sing at other churches at musical events. And what was most important about that time is that I grew up singing with no instruments. Like it was totally a cappella. Just vocal harmonies, no drums, no piano, no organ.
Church of Christ.
There you go. How did you know, my dear? That is how I grew up.
Very good.
And so we would have all types of musical events, but every time we'd go, it's all a cappella. And so that would allow, the men can sing those bass lines. It just was a different environment. So that set my ears up for what I'm able to do as an adult.
Hey, an idea. I just had an idea. Why don't... Ding. I'm sorry. I just had an idea.
You got sound effects?
So, I did that a while ago.
How did I know if anybody was going to have the sound effects, it was going to be you?
Well, a while ago, I did the sound effects a while ago. A while ago when you said, Ella Fitzgerald, when she was, and I went, ding. I was like, hey, it's a moment to pay attention.
Yes.
So, so you could, at some point, even do the public domain songs from Church of Christ and jazz them up, if that's a thing.
Totally.
Know. Just thought about that.
Yeah.
Put that in your back pocket.
I got you. Yeah, a gospel album is totally something I'm looking to.
No. A Church of Christ gospel album with like just voices.
Yeah. Like a cappella album. Yeah. No. I'm not. I don't have any of the. I tell all my friends all the time, I don't have any of that Kojic in me. Like, I wish I did have some of that, like, full gospel stuff. Like, because they be going in. I'm like, how did but not even that. And this is going to sound, and I might make somebody mad with this.
No,
comment.
You're all good. It's all good.
But let's just. The way that I grew up in church, it was a lot more even keel, not a lot of high emotion.
Right.
Just
no
vanilla.
It was no vanilla. It was no shout dance. Yeah.
So as an adult and when I came to college, and I hate to say it like this, but you start singing at funerals.
Yeah.
I may have been called to sing at a funeral, and me, if I'm at a funeral and somebody starts emoting, I really just stop singing. I can't sing through the emote. I'd be like, all right, time for me to stop. Like if people are crying really bad, but that's because I grew up in an environment where, when I would sing at a funeral and people would be highly emotional, it would make me freeze up and not want to go further with the song. Like I feel like I'm pushing them too far, because I didn't grow up in an environment where when people started emoting, you gave them more emotion. That's how I feel like the Kojic and in the full gospel churches, when people give the emotion, you get even more from the musical experience. And sure. I didn't grow up with that. Yeah. So it was it's something different for me to try to get into. But no, my gospel album would be so old school, like traditional hymns.
That's hilarious.
Hymns. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's totally crazy, because you're doing the thing with the gospel, and I have the same issue. I ain't gonna lie, because like I'm singing these funerals, and people come in there and they killing the game. They go, oh, I'm like,
I got one long note for you. I got one. That's it. Like I got a long, sustained, powerful note, but they be like,
right. It took me a minute. Really to kind of get over that and just rest in the fact that, and the church I go to is a multicultural church. And what you bring, like really being solid in what I have is enough. Yes, it took a minute to get there. And look, when we come back, we'll finish talking about that. But right now, we're going to go over here and pay a couple of bills. Ball's Fried Chicken, a Lake Charles tradition with 2 locations to better serve you. We thank all of you for continuing to support us during these trying times. Now, more than ever, we know how far our perfectly seasoned fried chicken, fish, or seafood will go to satisfy your cravings or just give you a little comfort. We are serving all of our menu classics to go until we get the all clear. So call ahead or stop by our Enterprise Boulevard and Common Street locations and get the taste you crave. Ball's Fried Chicken, a Lake Charles tradition.
Hey everyone, I'm Dee Dee McKinley from Christian World. I just wanted to invite you to join us online for our services each Sunday at 10 a.m. and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We have a powerful time of worship, followed by an encouraging message from Pastors Jerry and Hope Snyder. You can watch on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, or on our website at christianworld.cc.
I understand that we had a deep connection, and I appreciate the love and the care, but right now you've got to let me leave,
That's right. Thank you to all those sponsors. But look, back to what we were talking about. So we're singing at funerals, right? And you and I are different singers. We didn't grow up in the full gospel, big time, like super vocal gymnastics choir or situation. And so what I learned, man, was like, I just go and I bring my anointing. And I will sit and rest in my anointing. It took me a minute to get there. I used to try to do some stuff, but I was like, you know what? That's me. If I'm here to minister to these people, I'll just go and sing like an Israel song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going back. I'm moving ahead. Here to declare to you. You know what I'm saying? Just go right in there. I'm
nice and smooth and mellow.
Moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Just go right there. Something that you can really just
kill him with the tone.
Tone do it every time. The
tone will do it every time.
So did you come to that realization as well?
Oh, definitely. I think that's a realization I've had just total artistically. Like, it's just like women who want curly hair, want straight hair. We always want what we don't have,
Always, man.
But once you get to a place that you realize what you have is enough and you are enough, and somebody else feels the exact same way you do, actually thousands of people feel the exact same way you do, you're not alone in whatever feeling or emotion or way that you express that. Somebody else has that same and resonates with that same expression. Yeah. So just be you. Be authentic in your statement,
You be authentic. That's, man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I got a song. I can't tell you the title because you're gonna take my title, but you know what I'm saying. I got a song that I'm gonna do, and I've been making jokes about it for about 6-7 years now. But I'm gonna do the song, and when I do it, it's gonna be a hit.
Tell it to me. Have you told other people? You're not gonna tell me, or you're not telling the fans?
People in my band.
You're not telling the fans?
No, I ain't telling the fans. I can't tell the fans. No, because the fans ain't the only ones listening.
Big brother.
You know what I'm saying? People looking at me like, hey, man, I just came up with that title out the top of my head, man. I ain't see your video.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
It won't matter because the title won't be the song. I get it. But I'm gonna keep it to myself. I'll tell you offline. So look.
Okay.
So Quiana, so did you your first performance, like where you were the featured artist? Let's talk about that.
As a kid, or like got paid, or anytime? Like when I was a kid, I remember.
Do you solo, and then talk about the first time you got paid, and then the first time as Quiana Lynell, because you weren't always Quiana Lynell, right?
It's been a journey. No, I have not always been.
See, we can talk about that. See, I knew I was going there. So first one as a kid.
As a kid, the first performance I recall, not at church is what I'm going to say, because at church, you know, we got all the kids programs. And but in school, you know, I'm from Texas, and we really have strong music programs in elementary school. So we always would have the Christmas programs and things like that. So I would sing in those. But outside of that, I got a role in this like citywide production. And the song, I was 10 years old, and my mom made me a dress, like sewed me a dress. And that's a whole nother story too, about my mama making my clothes, like multiple reasons we'll come back to. But the song, she sewed me a denim dress.
Makes clothes. Okay, we'll come back.
That's some Beyonce stuff right there, man.
That is.
I forgot about that.
That is.
She made me this denim dress, and then my mama was big on like doilies. Remember those big white collar? My mama used to make me wear them doilies, and I had a hat
looking like a sailor.
I had a hat with a red lapel and some red lip. That was like the first time I got to wear lipstick. I had some red lipstick on, and the song I sang was "Balloons for Christmas." It was a Christmas program.
Okay.
That's when I was 10.
Well, you said what Christmas? So little what Christmas? You broke up. Right?
It was called "Balloons for Christmas."
Balloons for Christmas. Okay, cool.
Right. Crazy song. Then if we go to like college, you know, I had performances in college. I can't really, I mean, I was not the same person. When I studied classical voice, okay, so let's go high school. I had performances, things like that. And I really was confident in myself. Yeah. So say. Right. So then when I got to,
and you ain't from Louisiana, I'm talking about so say. All right.
No.
You've been here long enough.
So then when I went to college, I really felt not as prepared. You know, being a music major, I feel like the music department is the only university, right? Go Tigers.
Hey, what's that university? Is that Louisiana State University Agriculture Mechanical College Baton Rouge campus?
The
Louisiana State University Agriculture Mechanical College Baton Rouge campus?
Yes, that's where I went.
Go Tigers.
Right, go Tigers. Right. But being a music major, you know, when you study music, it's probably the only, maybe art, any art discipline. You come in, you have to audition, right?
Yep.
So you have to have a certain level of skills before they will even allow you into the college. That doesn't happen if you want to study biology, chemistry. It's just if you pass the SAT, you get in, right? So coming into music, I had talent, right? I have a talent. My voice is a gift. Yeah. But I didn't have a lot of practical musicianship or knowledge, like academically.
You didn't know
theory. So I struggled.
Yeah, because I heard at LSU. That second theory class was always like really was
that's
killing
the haymaker, bro. That's the one where you be like,
yeah, it was killing people.
Dr. Peck was kicking.
Yeah, they were killing people.
Who else? Dr. Peck and Dr. Was it Hurlinger? I can't remember, but Dr. Peck was one of those mathematical musicians. Like,
that's the worst, because now he's gonna have you doing stuff you want to be doing.
Triangle theories about me. Yeah. Be like.
You're like, I am not a musical theorist. Why am I studying this?
He would take a triad, which is like a simple thing, but make it. He would explain it on this like global level, and you're like, what? So I would be, I struggled in college.
But he had
so
passion.
I wouldn't say.
But he had passion. You
was
caught the
very
passion.
passionate.
You caught the passion.
He was
from
very
him.
passionate about everything he did. Dr. Peck was wonderful. Don't get me wrong. I learned a lot from Dr. Peck. So college wasn't the best time for me to be Quiana Lynell. When I became Quiana Lynell, we got more. Let's see. More journeying to do.
Yeah, more journeying to before you could. So who
more
were
journey.
You, who were you in college, and how did you be a music major and end up becoming a Delta Sigma? What was that? Was this right?
I thought we were talking about music.
No,
don't stutter. I'm a woman of the illustrious Delta Sigma Theta sorority incorporated.
Okay.
Don't stutter. Don't stutter.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
The Iota Theta chapter. Founded at LSU.
Say it the way y'all say it though. Say it the way y'all say it.
Don't come for me. I'm not doing this. This is not a. This is don't generalize me and my sisters. I'm not here for this.
Girl,
you will not.
I need you to know. I know all your sisters before you. Trust and believe.
Okay.
I'm
here to stand for them.
No, love them. Hey, I love Iota Theta.
Got to. There's no other way to be. You have to. We you know how we get down.
I mean,
but so in college, I was Quiana Holman.
Oh.
Quiana Holman. That's my maiden name. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just trying to figure it out.
Working it out.
Where'd
you perform in Baton Rouge? Where'd you perform besides in the music building for those operas and those?
That's it. When I was in college, I didn't perform outside of campus.
Oh.
I think actually I got a church job maybe my junior year. I started singing at St. James Episcopal Church.
Okay.
And then, let me take that back. I lied. You're making me jog my memory.
That's what
my very first
I'm a good
performance.
Like that.
Yes. My first performance outside of a stage at LSU, I was hired by Of Moving Colors, excuse me, which is a dance company. And they would do these fusion type shows where they would bring the arts together. So they would have live music in addition to live dancers, and they'd choreograph to a song and arrangement, and we'd perform it together. Yeah. And that very first show was called Lilac Magenta. That was put on by
like
Garland
purple?
Goodwin Woodson.
It's like purple paint?
Yeah, lilac. It is. Yeah, purple lilac pink. Magenta is like a purple. It's like like fuchsia. Mm-hmm.
So it's purple
and
pink.
Yeah, and I sang. This is actually funny because this show, I didn't study jazz in college. I studied classical voice. But for this show,
LSU didn't really have no jazz. No.
Nobody was doing jazz studies 10, 12 years ago. I'm not telling you how long ago.
No. You had to cross-register like I did.
Okay.
I actually had lessons with the awesome Raymond Bazemore.
Oh, beautiful. Well, with vocal majors, this is another tangent. As a vocal major, like I couldn't take gospel choir because it wasn't, they would frown upon. I could have taken it, but they would give you like this.
Yep. Yeah, and ain't that foul? They taking your blackness away and making you shame your blackness.
They would look at you like, what are you doing? Yeah, it was like
they acting like you gonna go in there and forget how to sing and come back all jacked up the next day. It's like,
I've been code switching my whole life. Come on now.
Come on.
I know. Come on now.
We ain't new to this.
I'm not new.
But anyway, but we digress.
But back to I digress. So Lilac Magenta, produced by Garland Goodwin Wilson, was my first show. And this is the funny note about that. Dancers learn audibly as well. So you have to sing it the same. They're listening for lyrical cues and they're listening for pitches. Mm-hmm. You don't know what somebody's cue is, whether they're listening to your word or they're listening for that note or your breath, your phrasing, all of that has to be exactly the same.
It was great training. It was great training.
But wait, listen, this is what they made me do. I had to learn, I don't know if you're familiar with this recording of Blue Skies by Ella Fitzgerald. She solos. Now, this is before I started studying jazz. I had no idea what I was doing.
Right.
She solos for 4 choruses, meaning she goes through the song 4 times, scatting 4 times.
And she's
make it right.
And she's
going
the originator of scat situation.
I learned that whole song verbatim because the first time I went to rehearsal and I was just making stuff up, they were like, no, where's that part? Where's that? And I was like, wait, y'all want me to do what? So I had to go learn. And so then I learned later, now I know that's a transcription and that is integral to learning the vocabulary. But that was my first transcription, having to sing for the dancers. I had to transcribe that solo.
So the way I learned how to sing was by transcription? The way I learned how to play everything was by transcription?
Yeah.
So that's what you call
too?
Playing by ear?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
that's why
transcription. Yeah.
I'm a transcriptionist.
I'm a transcriptionist, and
I'm a transcriber. You heard me?
You heard? Hey, you heard? I'm a transcriber, baby.
Right, but that's why the history of this music and what we do is such a we're cultural torchbearers in that form. You can't just learn what we do from a book. You're not gonna have the feel. You're not gonna have that authenticity that comes with really being in that moment and learning and having to struggle with, wait, do it again. Right. Wait, what was that you put on it? It's more.
Talk about that, because I'm trying to tell these people, I get these young people in my band and they play the notes, but they don't play it the way it goes.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't really understand that. I'm like, so you didn't hear? Well, did it? And I'm like, come on, man, listen to the song. And,
right. So there are skills that being someone that learns by ear, just like I was talking about learning in church, and I didn't know what I was singing. I didn't know how to describe the chords we were making, but they were rich. They were diverse.
Yes.
And again, that's why my ear is where I am. So you also, as somebody who's learned by listening, you're listening by transcription.
Wait.
You pay attention.
Transcription.
You being somebody who's learned by transcribing your elders, you paid attention to that phrasing, to the way they gave those pauses. Why did they pause? Like listening to how you hear the bass in between that next phrase, or you hear the hi-hat. Like you don't play on top of that. That's an important part because you learned it that way versus just saying, oh, I know this melody, or oh, boom, 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 I can read this. You know what I'm saying? You paid more attention to the minutia. They say the detail. What is it?
The minutia.
Yeah, in the minutia.
Yeah, the minutia.
The game is like football's a game of inches. Like it's this big old field, but those inches is where
Super Bowl won and lost inches.
Right.
Like and when I'm explaining to the younger people, and I'm not supposed to, let me say,
thank you. Some of that water.
I've been talking a lot since the thing came out. But anyway, so like I tell them, I say, you played that. I say, play it. And they play it. And I go, so you don't hear the difference between what's on the CD and what you played? And they go, no. I said, okay, like, for instance, I said, I went and I put my head between the speakers and I learned love and happiness make you want to do right, make you want to do right.
Yeah, see? And you know exactly. Right? With the vibrato.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I learned it just like that. If you hear something different, you wrong.
And you don't
come and go.
That's not the same. Those are the notes, sure.
And then when
it's in the key,
something's going wrong. Someone's on the phone. 3:00 in the morning. Yeah. Talking about how she can make it right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hi. Exactly. Like all these details.
Love and happiness. All the details, man.
You're right, baby.
All the details.
Right.
It's amazing. I just wanted to sing with you, really. That's all I wanted to do. Really. I just want to sing with you.
I just wanted to,
because whenever you be singing, I don't be getting to sing with you because you be singing on the stage. Like, I don't be getting to sing. So.
We're gonna fix that. That's gonna be changed. I was just talking to so let's continue down the road of Quiana Lynell. So I'm Quiana Holman, sing with the dance company. So then I graduate college and I'm only singing at church. I'm still Quiana. I'm actually Quiana Holman Green now because I'm married.
Green.
I'm working like 9 to 5 selling. I'm at AT&T, right? I'm a mom.
AT&T
I'm a wife.
Selling phones?
Selling the phone service, baby. So then, as I'm working at AT&T, I meet a lady who is the lead singer in a local R&B and Zydeco band in Baton Rouge. And, you know, I'm class Zydeco, baby. Okay, come on. Hey,
Baton Rouge.
Don't come. Okay, R&B came first. R&B and Zydeco. Don't come for us.
Look, I'll come for you all day long. I'll come for you all day long.
You have every right. But y'all be acting like y'all the only one. They got Zydeco all up and down IT.
No. It's Southwest Louisiana. Everybody else is a faker. Everybody else is an appropriator. Everybody else is stealing and appropriating the game. They gentrifying.
So, you know what?
Who was it? Was it?
I'm not even gonna start.
Was it Call the Police? Was it Call the Police, lady?
Jackie Neal?
Mm-hmm.
That's not who I was singing with, but we sang some of her songs.
Okay. Yeah, because I had look. I was at a school. I'm sorry to interrupt. This is funny because you said he's in a R&B and Zydeco band, which is like
it is what I was
in Baton Rouge. It's like okay. So okay.
But you act like people from Lafayette could move to Baton Rouge. It happens. People from Lafayette move to.
No, there are
people
Zydeco.
From Karen Crow. People from.
No, we know who the Zydeco bands are, and if somebody playing Zydeco in Baton Rouge is to try to capitalize on the vibe and pass off something that ain't legit, because you know. I'm just saying.
I have struck a nerve. Okay,
I'm just saying. So
I
like,
feel you.
I'm motivational speaking at this school, and I'm playing Zydeco music, right? This little girl she said, I have a question. I said, what? She said, could you play some Zydeco? I said, okay, I am playing Zydeco. She said, no, like Call the Police. I said, baby, that's not Zydeco. I said,
don't do that.
I was educating.
Why can't it be? So what is that then? What is it? If it's not Zydeco.
It's Zydeco.
What is Baton Rouge called?
It's a Zydeco feel. It's got a Zydeco feel. They ain't got no accordion in there. They ain't got no scrub board in there. It does not qualify.
Okay, so this is the conversation. This is almost like what is jazz?
That's right.
Like,
that's right.
You know, that's wow. I didn't know you had
fully
that
aware.
And he's like, yeah, Sean, you just hit me with that. That's right.
Yeah. Hey, look,
come for my Zydeco one more time.
Don't come for this Creole. Hey, don't come for this part of it. Don't come for this part of it right here. You can't come for this part of it.
Well, maybe it's not Creole Zydeco. Maybe you should categorize yours as Creole Zydeco.
No, mine is Creole rock and soul because I don't want to.
But I'm saying if it has to have. So you're not Zydeco anymore either?
I play Zydeco music, but my band and my genre is Creole rock and soul. And the quick answer to that is when you leave Southwest Louisiana, Zydeco becomes something that it's not, and they either love it or they hate it, and whatever they love or they hate ain't what we do in Southwest Louisiana. And in the Southwest Louisiana, what they do, I take to another level and add all kind of stuff that they even look at me kind of crazy with. So I don't want to swim in the pool of, you doing some crazy stuff.
Disrespecting what you, Yeah,
or the pool of you not doing the traditional stuff and you not doing what I know. So tell you what, I'm Sean Hardwin. Holla at your boy. From the bottom of the booth, straight to the top. Creole rock and soul. What's happening? So, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
I wasn't ready for all of that at all. I wasn't ready. Okay.
It's okay. I wasn't ready. No.
So I was singing in an R&B and blues band. How about that? R&B and blues. It was just a rhythm and blues band
that played with a keyboard playing
Louisiana music. You're coming with a lot of like.
I got vitriol. I have vitriol.
But I said I see you. And I changed my statement.
Avatar.
I see you.
You don't have to change your statement. It's cool. Hey, look, this is how we do backstage too, y'all. Y'all gotta understand. This is exactly.
I mean, here it's just like, bruh, I heard
how we do backstage. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, this lady that I worked with at AT&T, she sang in a rhythm and blues band.
Oh, you gonna hit me with the voice? You gonna hit me with the voice? Okay.
Yes, because this is how I used to talk. Thank you for calling AT&T. How may I provide you with outstanding customer service?
Ooh, I'd be like, just keep talking.
Exactly. So, when you work in a call center, there's like 200 women in there. What y'all don't know is we push pause and we party.
Of course.
Right? We get your information. We pull up your account. Give us a moment while we pull that up. What you don't know is also when you put your phone number in that little machine, as soon as you call me, I see your account. You're verifying that information. You're not giving it to me for the first time because I'm looking at it. So when I put you on hold to verify your information, that's just to take time to do whatever I really want to do.
Hey, you heard it here first. Wait.
So in this call center, we're all like, cubicled up. So we're like playing music, singing songs. And so everybody realizes Quiana can sing. So it's like request hour and I'm singing, we pausing, everybody's on hold, we stand up and dancing.
That's a movie.
And so it is really. No, my life, I'm telling you my lifetime story right now. Like, okay, you're going to see it in my life story.
A lifetime movie, except it won't be tragic. My lifetime movie. Except it won't be tragic.
Oh, it's not going to be tragic. No, it's like an unsung.
All lifetime movies are tragic. All lifetime movies are tragic, it seems to me.
Well, my movie is tragic, but it's good right now, though. It's a happy ending. I mean, it's going to be a happy ending, but it's a tragedy. So you at the call center. I'm at the call center. We're going to leave that part alone. That's part 2. That's whenever we talk about what you really don't know is behind the stage. We talking about this. Yeah. At the call center, I meet this young lady. Her name is Jeannie. She's like, I sing in a band. You should come sing in my bands. Come sing with my band. Come sit in. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I'm pregnant with my second child. I have a baby. My oldest is like 3-4 years old. I'm pregnant. I'm married. I'm like, no, I'm a wife. I'm a mom. I'm not supposed to be out in the club. And then I grew up very religious.
Right.
I didn't really go out, singing in a club. I didn't even really go listen to bands during college because, again, I'm a classical person. Tone over everything.
You got baggage.
I got baggage. I judge as soon as you start singing, I'm judging. And I can't even, that's just who I am. Like, it's just the ears on me. That's why it's hard. Anyway, I have so many stories, but the baggage.
That's why we're here.
We would be in the call center and she'd be singing and she had a nice voice, but my classical is like, she all right, but I'm just thinking she ain't leading nobody's band. Like, I just couldn't believe it, And so when she finally got me to go out and hear her perform, and it changed my life.
Come on. Why did it change your life? Why did it change your life?
She was the most
charismatic,
captivating, charismatic. Like, I was on the edge of my seat. I had never been in a little hole in the wall club where the band is rocking, people are dancing.
Remember the name of the club?
Baby, we was in Upscale going hard.
Upscale, Florida Boulevard.
No.
Florida Boulevard.
Not Upscale. Wait, not Upscale.
No, Upscale was on Highland.
Rags. Club Rags.
Rags.
We were in Rags.
Checkerboard floor?
Rags. Yes, on Plank. Yeah. I'm sorry, please. Upscale was where I was partying in college. This is after college.
Yeah.
This is where I heard my first real live band experience.
Yeah,
and
that's why they played at
knocked my socks off at Rags. And so ever since then, I was just enamored with her. So then I went and sang. She got me to come back out again for my ex-husband's birthday. And I sang for him with the band for his birthday. And I had my baby. Maybe 3 months later, Janelle died, unexpectedly, alone in her home. She passed away. Right. Crazy. So I go to the funeral. This is a movie. I'm telling you, it's a freaking movie. Go to the funeral. The band members are like, Quiana, you want to be in the band with us? And so I become the new lead singer of the band. Wow. Right. Crazy, right? So now I'm singing at Rags, getting babysitters to watch my kids. I'm living this life, which is really looking more and more like Ike and Tina Turner, but that's again for the movie. So that person was Kiki.
Eat the cake, anime.
You have no idea. That who I was as a performer at that moment was Kiki. That was Kiki because everybody in the band would call me Kiki. So if you were from Baton Rouge,
so I'm short of Key. I'd be wanting to call you Key. But I was like, I'd be shortening up everybody there. And you kind of gave me that vibe, like I couldn't shorten your name up.
My name is Quiana.
Right, yeah. So you kind of gave me that vibe, like I couldn't. So, but I'd be wanting to call you Key.
You could have said Key. You could have. Some people call me Key, but in Baton Rouge, that's how I kind of know where you know me from is by what you call me. Like if you call me Quiana Lynell, I know you know me from post Sarah Vaughan. If you call me Kiki, you Baton Rouge. New Orleans. It just depends. Right. So I'm Kiki at this point, and I start singing with them, and I'm a very goal-oriented person. I get the bug. I have never performed in such a intimate setting with people. I've never had to take people on a journey. Singing in a club like that, when somebody's sitting there in front of you with that beer and that cigarette in their hand, you got to move them.
You got to.
They've had a hard week. They want to know that you can relate to how they're feeling. They want to know what you've been through. What was your week like? What's your life like? They want to be able to connect to some type of like fantasy. They want to be taken somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So creating that and becoming the performer that I am now, like that's where I cut my teeth. Kent Garan, who is a leader of the band, which is called To the T.
To the T.
To the T, baby. He taught me how to perform. Yeah. Like I've had this voice. He'll tell you right now, he's like, oh, I knew when I met Kiki, her voice, but I couldn't carry a stage to save my life. Because it's an art. You know, it's an art. A totally different thing. You know, it's creating that relationship between your audience and commanding behind that microphone where they're doing what you say to do is an art. You know what I'm saying? When they're following you on that journey, when they see that picture you're painting, when they, you know, like I'm singing, this is back in, I'm singing The Way. When I say grits, they all like, grit, you know, like everybody is grits. In the vibe. You know what I'm saying? And then you see that hand go up and everybody hand go back. Like that is everything. That's where I learned how to gauge, how I could see if I have you, how I know, like I can tell by your body language if you're with me in this performance, you know, and that's something a lot of people don't have. And that's what a lot of people will tell me. I know that I have an instrument and I'm also an entertainer. It's not just a lot of times in higher heady music, you know, you'll get people who can deliver something that's pristine and articulate, but as far as entertaining you or, you know, giving you anything else outside of that, they lack in that. So I'm kind of both, you know, the Aries extrovert in me wanting to crack jokes and have a good time.
That's why we get along, because we got the same kind of vibe. Yeah. Because I tell people all the time, I'm not the best accordion player around. But when I'm on the stage, you'll never believe it.
You'll never believe it, right? That's the thing, like that, and that's what I had to start. That's what started the journey for me, and taking me out of that classical world where it's only about tone into really feeling, you know, and the beauty in that raggedly scratchy voice, you know, the character in the tone, the quality, that growl that you add to that note gives so much soul, and the imperfections give you perfection, you know, so that all was curated there, you know. So that was curated there.
So look, we're going to take that pause right there, because this is the thing. We're talking about it, and now she gave me a video, and I'm trying something new here. So let's check the Quiana Lynell performance. Where was this?
This is in Bremen, Germany, at the Jazz Head.
That girl went from rags to Germany. You heard?
This is my first solo international tour right here.
Okay, sweet.
I think this is 2018. So, you know, there's a lot of growth that you would hear as of today. I'm just going to say that. But
she got a lot better.
It's a pretty killing show.
Look, she got a lot better. But she's qualifying. She's qualifying. I'm way better than I was then.
So if you hear bad,
I know,
I don't like. I hate when people qualify. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to do that. I'm feeling insecure right now. No, the world is shifting. I think I can own a little insecurity right now because, you know.
We backstage. Look, we backstage. People about, you would say that backstage. Look.
No, I wouldn't.
You let me hear it. You'd be like, look, it's 2018. Like, I don't want to hear nothing. Just listen to it. I don't want to hear nothing. Just listen to it. You wouldn't be as nice as you was to them. You'd be, I don't want to hear nothing. Listen to it.
Like, Saber, look. This is from 2018.
I'm sensitive about, I'm like Erykah Badu.
I'm sensitive.
Right.
I'm an
artist. Okay, check it out, y'all. Oh. Oh, yeah, man. Come on, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How I get out this thing. Let me get out this thing. Let me stop it. Get out of there. Close. Don't talk about that no more. Here we go. We back. We back. Man. Oh, give me that. You still got that hook in you?
Stop.
Come on, give me that hook.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, man. Give me the hook.
What are we hooking?
Don't play with me. Give me the hook. Give your boy the hook.
I did not come on here to sing with you today.
Give your boy the hook.
I wish I knew how it could feel to be free. You so silly. Really?
Hey, man, look. And that's the other thing. Man, that song isn't even like a funky song. But old girl on the bass put that thing so deep in the pocket. Boom,
what?
Ba-doom, boom, boom, ba-doom, boom.
Right.
Boom,
exactly.
Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, ah! Yeah.
Bruh, you're giving me all the vibes today. Look at you. You like, Are you producing? Like, what's up? Like, I hear you.
I am.
Singing changes and, bruh, send me some work, bruh. Hey, she's writing, she's singing, you know, let's do some work.
Let's
do some work.
All right, sweet. Okay, so look, we'll be right back with Quiana Lynell, y'all. Don't go nowhere. We got some more stuff. We're going to talk about the Sarah Vaughan Award. Yes, we will.
I understand that we had a deep connection, yeah. And I appreciate the love and the care. But right now you've got to let me leave, yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm Dee McKinley from Christian World. I just wanted to invite you to join us online for our services each Sunday at 10 a.m. and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We have a powerful time of worship, followed by an encouraging message from Pastors Jerry and Hope Snyder. You can watch on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, or on our website at christianworld.cc.
Ball's Fried Chicken, a Lake Charles tradition with 2 locations to better serve you. We thank all of you for continuing to support us during these trying times. Now, more than ever, we know how far our perfectly seasoned fried chicken, fish, or seafood will go to satisfy your cravings or just give you a little comfort. We are serving all of our menu classics to go until we get the all clear. So call ahead or stop by our Enterprise Boulevard and Common Street locations and get the taste you crave. Ball's Fried Chicken, a Lake Charles tradition. Oh, we are back. We are back with Quiana Lynell. All right. So now you always tell me that I be saying a year wrong. Let me see if I got it. The 2016 Sarah Vaughan Award winner. Wrong? 2017? 2018?
Now I'm really upset, Sean. You're a host.
2018.
There is a diligence. There's a due diligence that you have to do when you start inviting guests on your show.
Look.
You're no longer. No. Let me finish, sir. Let me finish. You are no longer an artist right now. You are a
I'm gonna keep the chastising in too, because I'm gonna keep the chastising.
What's the word? What's the word?
I'm an interview. I'm a host.
No. But what's the word that people go to school? A journalist.
I'm a journalist.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're a journalist right now.
Yes, I am.
You have to do some due diligence. Okay.
You're correct, ma'am. I cannot say anything but you're correct. But I did that on purpose because I do that to you every time I meet you.
Every time.
Every time I introduce
2017. It's so long ago. We don't have to talk about that anymore.
You say that every time, but that'd be like me saying, I'm a 2019 Grammy nominee, two-time Grammy nominee.
I feel like that Grammy nominee is a little bit heavy. It's like,
it's same thing, man. You are in the jazz world for the most part, primarily the singing world. Hey, it don't get no higher besides a Grammy. The next step down is Sarah Vaughan.
You're so sweet.
You know what I'm saying? Girl, you better rock that thing. You better put that medal around your neck.
Put it on my necklace.
Let me like.
With on my chest. I'm gonna walk around like I got an S on my chest. Yeah, I do.
And you got that face.
An SB, like.
I got that SV on my neck. Hilarious. But yes. Yes. So, how did that happen?
Which part?
How'd you get
the Sarah Vaughan? Yeah. Okay, so I'm not Quiana Lynell yet. Wait, let's go back. I'm almost Quiana Lynell.
I like you. Keep the continuity.
Who was I? I was
you Kiki.
Were Kiki. Right. So Kiki starts with this. Right. Kiki on the mic, singing with the band to the T. I did about a year. Within the first year, I was like, okay, I love this. Like, I loved traveling and doing the weddings and doing the Mardi Gras balls and singing in the clubs. I loved being on the stage. However, I did not enjoy the amount of money I was making. I did not enjoy the hours of the work. I did not enjoy leaving my children at home and paying the babysitter more than I actually made that night. So I was like, okay, I have goals of things that I want to do, because I'm a very goal-driven person. When I decide I'm going to do something, I do it. Like when I came to college, I was like, I got to finish in 4 years. Woo. Right. Had to finish. I finished in 4 years. So when I do something, I know.
Six and a half.
I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this singing, and this is actually what I went to school for. Like, I studied voice in college.
Right.
I'm working in sales. I want to be able to try to find if this is where I belong, because I didn't feel like I belonged in the classical world. We didn't really talk about that, but this is where I am, and I'm really loving this. This is like feeding my soul.
But you had killer tone, though. You had killer tone. They might not
that
like your tone. Your tone might have been too soulful for them. Your tone might have been too soulful for them.
I'm going back to that world. I just didn't have the confidence. It wasn't them. It was me. I was on a scholarship. I was recruited to sing here, so they wanted me. I just didn't have the confidence to know. I didn't know that's what that meant. Like, there's so many things I didn't.
Go left. Explain that.
Yeah, so I didn't realize until, honestly, if I'm honest with you, this is how bad my self-esteem and my self-concept was. I didn't realize until I started working at Loyola that for a university to expend full ride scholarship to you, they are invested in you, and they see somebody that could possibly make the university proud.
Yes.
That's really what it means, is that exactly we see enough skill in you that one day, whatever you do and you say you went to our school, it's going to be like,
and when you do this,
they come in because you came here, right?
That's right.
I didn't realize that until I started working at a university. So my whole collegiate career, I felt like I was trying to prove that I belong, because I was so far behind in my theoretical knowledge that I didn't realize they really were on my team. Like, they wanted me to be, you know what I'm saying?
But I think that's more, I think that's more the peers, though. Those other people that don't look so much like you, making you feel less than, trying to make you feel less than.
No, I'm not going to put it on them. This was me.
This was me. They ain't put no pressure. They make jokes.
I'm not going to say no. This was all. I can't remember that. So a lot of my issues in my life.
The vocal school was Kumbaya?
I had a good time. Yeah, I didn't have.
Marching band was different.
Well, let me tell you. Actually, let me qualify this. My coping mechanism is to block out things. So things may have happened to me that I'd be like, you know what? This never happened. And I'm dead. I'm dead serious.
I got you.
Like, if I get hypnotized, I'm sure there will be
all kind of stuff coming out. All kind of stuff coming out.
But no, and I'm dead serious. Like, I had to learn. That's my coping mechanism. Like, things from childhood, I just block them out. It's trauma. I've been traumatized. So, anyways, where am I? Who am I at this point?
School, you realized that you came to the realization that when you were working at Loyola, that they invest in you, and when you were at school, you were
that was a sidebar.
You didn't think you were worth it at school.
Yeah. So this was a sidebar from where I am. I'm singing with the band, and I'm goal oriented, and I realized this is what I want to do. I start meeting people. Like, okay, so as I start gigging, I start sitting in with other bands. I start going to jam sessions. I start meeting musicians on the scene between Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Yeah. And I start to realize that you can make a living doing that. There's lots of people, and this was another part of my education into the economical side of music industry. You know what I'm saying? The music industry as a whole, not just this little micro piece that I see on MTV. Right. Yeah. That's like when you're a kid and we think, I want to be famous or I want to be a singer. We only see those people whose CDs we buy from Walmart. When we don't realize music, especially here in Louisiana, is a fabric of every part of life. There are people making a living making a great living solely performing music, you know, and so I had this bug. I was like, all right. So I went to the band and I was like, guys, they got gigs out here that pay more. We should go try to get them. And they looked at me and they were like, nah, Kiki, we good. And I was like, wait, what? What y'all mean? I could not get them guys to leave those holes in the walls for nothing. So I was like, you know what?
Zone. They in the comfort zone.
If y'all ain't gonna go, I started my own band, and I started my first gig. I was hired to sing at McKinley Alumni White Party.
Oh, okay.
Sweet. Yeah, they were my first contract. Like my very first, I had to bring my own sound system.
Shout out to McKinley. Shout out
to McKinley Alumni.
McKinley Alumni.
Yeah, and I had to put my band together, make a set list, like, and you know, a lot of times when you're the lead singer, but it's not your band, you know, when you're in a band that somebody else is making all the decisions in, especially in a cover band, you know, there are lots of things that happen behind the scenes that you don't even know. Right. So when you try to strike out on your own, you're like, I'm gonna be my own, I'm gonna do it on my own. You know, you try to be the leader. I'm gonna do it myself. And you're like, wait. A sound system, a PA. I gotta haul this to the gig 3 hours early. I gotta say, who's setting this up? I gotta stay here and break this down. Who is doing?
Yep. Tell about it.
So I became a band leader, right. So that became responsibilities I invest, but I always like I said about me, I was. By this time, when I decided to go strike out on my own, I'm divorced. I have 2 children. I have a mortgage. I'm actually a teacher by now. And I'm supporting my dream by my career. I'm teaching music. Like I had made this whole plan. When I got divorced, I started teaching right before I got divorced. The evolution of Kiki, should I say, really had to do.
CD title.
The evolution of Kiki is what led me out of my marriage, led me out of AT&T, led me into teaching, because as I started learning and meeting all these musicians, I realized lots of them are teachers. They teach music.
Especially in New Orleans.
Especially in New Orleans. And I made a goal. I wanted to travel and tour and perform music and sing. And those people that I saw doing that, a lot of them were teachers. They go during the summer, hit the festival circuit. They could do all the weddings, all the shows at night, all the shows, you know, on the weekends or whatever. They could take an extended weekend and do a little run, whatever. But teaching was like that next step to me to be able to perform more often. Because I was working at AT&T, working 60 hours a week, doing Thursday night at Rags, Friday night wedding, Saturday night, you know, killing myself, and then singing at church on Sunday morning. Still, but I had a church job for like 15 years. I was singing and like burning the candle at both ends. All in. And then I'm newly divorced. So this evolution of Kiki is like, okay, I'm finding my stride. I'm learning. I'm growing into the woman that I need to be a band leader, to win the Saravine. Like I had to grow up and really be confident in myself and all what we talked about before, just learning that my voice is enough. Yeah.
And so you do all that. You got now you're teaching, you do all that stuff, and then how's Sarah Vaughan come up?
So now I'm rolling. Like I'm Quiana Lynell. I've actually been Kiki. I changed my name to phonate, which means to make sound. Like I was on this
polyphonic. It's polyphonic, so we're gonna call it phonate.
Right. I'm gonna give a shout out. I'm gonna give a shout out to. Do you know Zero Skidmore, Chancellor Skidmore?
No.
He's a poet in the Baton Rouge area, and he does a lot of writing workshops. And when I told he's also a member of the Mike Foster Project.
Hey, Mike Foster.
I told him,
frat brother. Right. Hey, what's going on, Mike? My frat brother.
When I came around the scene, and I was like, oh, y'all, my name is Phonate. Because, you have to tell everybody your new name. They can't call you Kiki. They're like, what's up, Kiki? And I'm like, no, I'm Phonate. Chancellor looked at me. He was like, nah, Kiki.
Don't do it to yourself.
He's like, you should try again on that one.
Yeah,
so
don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself.
So then I thought about, I sat down and I made a plan. I made a 10-year, calculated plan, modeling myself after kind of Diane Reeves. I was like, I want to be like Diane Reeves. She does every genre of music. She's been in movies. She's done movie soundtracks. She's respected. She's revered. She's called to sing for presidents. That's the kind of career that I want to. At that point, I was like, how do I get there? So I'm singing locally. And I said, okay, well, I got to start singing regionally. So I plotted out the regional places that I should play. And then I was like, okay, statewide. Tri-state area. I really plotted out the types of places I needed to play. What type of music do people listen to in those places? Am I still singing covers? Am I now singing originals? Exactly. I really plotted this out, and my image, my look, all of it, to figure out how can I, because again, I'm grown, I'm old, I have children. Yeah. I can't frivolously be spending this money and spending this night and this time away from my kids and it not be paying off. I'm not just out here playing around. I was really trying to figure out how to make my dreams come true.
Right.
And so I always listened to the cats around me. So Roderick Paulin, Michael Foster, all those cats would tell me, well, Kiki, you got to invest in yourself. So I went and bought my own PA system. You can't be borrowing people's stuff. You got a gig.
Yep.
I went and bought my own mics.
I
always bought my own. When I first started singing, I bought my own mic. That's what they were like. People, and as a singer, as a vocalist, instrumentalists don't take us serious all the time. We're fighting these sexism things from they want to look at you like you don't know what you're talking about. They want to look at you like you're a piece of meat. They want to, try to holler at you.
But most people who show up, though, you got to admit, most of them who show up, they not ready.
Don't say most. I'm not even going to let you say most.
They're not coming in. They ain't ready to perform. They can sing. They ain't ready to perform. Very few of them show up. Very few of them show up ready.
Can I get a ding?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
That's a T-shirt. Ready to sing but not perform. Baby.
Yeah, they come ready to sing but not perform.
That's what I was when I met To the T. I was ready to sing but not perform. Yeah. So, but growing into that band leader and meeting all those cats, there were things they would tell me. Roderick told me from the beginning, Kiki, if you know your key and can count your song off at the tempo you wanted at, you're going to be far ahead of a lot of these vocalists. He straight told me that.
Yeah.
But when he tells me,
you acting like I said something that ain't real.
So again, I'm the type of person that wants to be successful.
Yes.
So I listen to people say things and I say, okay, if that's all I need, I don't want to be basic. I want to be superior. I don't want to just know my key. I want to know I want to be able to sing the changes. I want to be respected as a musician because I've had a lot of trauma in my life, especially, and I'm not even, when it comes to men, I don't need anybody looking at me like they can try to get something, holler at me because I don't know what's going on. So I try my best to know what's going on, be professional, be punctual, be respectful. It's always business. Nobody can ever say, well, I wasn't sure if Quiana was being, no, when I call you to come to work, it's for work. This is what time. I'm sending you the set list.
It's for work.
It's for work. WORK.
Yeah, the K, like my wife do. Work.
Okay. That comes with a check. You know what I'm saying? This is serious. I respect. And you're like, I'm hiring you to do a job. I'm calling you to be a professional. I expect this level of professionalism because I come from a business. I worked in sales. I worked in business.
Handle it.
So I'm all about that exchange. Everybody needs something. I need your services. You help me sing, but you help me sound better. We're going to create this environment for my listeners, but I need it to be at a certain level in all ways. So, so I'm Quiana Lynell now. I'm gigging and I'm teaching. And I actually am gigging so much that I'm like, I'm hiding. I can't post on Facebook. I can't post where I'm going because I'm sick. Like I have a gig in LA.
You're still at the job.
And I'm still teaching at like an elementary school. By this time, I'm teaching. I'm a music teacher at an elementary school, and every time I leave work, I have to be sick. There's no off day. You have to call in sick. Gotcha. So I'm all excited about where my career is going. I'm singing in LA. I'm traveling. I'm finally not local. I'm regional. I'm doing national gigs. But I can't even post about them because. My principal's watching on Facebook.
Waiting. I wish she would post.
Right. And then, so this is a miracle happened. Cindy Scott, who is a flautist and a vocalist who was teaching at Loyola, she actually got a job at Berkeley and moved to Boston. Mm-hmm. And David Torkanowski, who's a pianist in New Orleans, right? Loyola started this new program, the Pop and Commercial Music Program, which is like one of the biggest programs across the country. Popular and commercial music has taken over. Everybody wants to learn production, music business, but pop and commercial music, not jazz, because that's the big draw.
They want the money.
Right. So Cindy leaves to go teach at Berkeley, so they have a position open at Loyola, and Torque recommends me for it. So I'm teaching still at a 9-to-5 teaching, and so I had to decide if I was ready to make that leap. But within my plan, it was in my plan. I already knew I was going to have to transition from teaching all the time to being a hired teacher that does master classes and things like that. So being an adjunct teacher at Loyola, when they called me, I made it very clear what my goals were as far as my career, and that as long as they were okay with me and I had the flexibility to take tour opportunities and go to work, and they were totally supportive. They were like, we appreciate that. We like that. It keeps our students motivated to know that their teachers are actually doing the things that they're aspiring to do. So,
they don't just do it. They don't just teach it, they do it.
They do it also. Yeah. So they are very supportive. I'm still there. And so I made that transition from being a full-time teacher to being a part-time teacher, full-time performer. So that was the transition. I have a band. We're performing all over New Orleans. There were goals I had, again, I'm modeling my career off of people that I'm seeing. Yeah. I go talk to people. I'm learning. I meet the bookers at the clubs in New Orleans. I'm playing at, all the little prominent spots in New Orleans. And the Sarah Vaughan competition just kept kind of lingering. I saw a couple of the winners. I'm in jazz. My goal is Diane Reeves. So I've dedicated myself to being in the genre of jazz.
Yes.
I bring lots of influence into that with me, but I have totally dedicated myself to being a jazz singer.
Gotcha.
By this point. And so I look at the industry and I realize, nobody's getting record deals. Everybody's self-financed. Yep. Everybody's promoting themselves. Everybody's their own record label, honestly.
If it's up to, if it's gonna be, it's up to me.
But the way that people are breaking into markets is by winning some type of competition. They have the blues competitions. Yep. They have every genre kind of has this competition that the industry it immediately vets you and says, ding, 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 this person got it. Ding. So I had looked at.
I'm sorry. Say this person's got it. Say it.
This person has got it. So there were a few competitions. There's the Monk competition. There's the Sarah Vaughan. There's a couple things I had looked up. Monk doesn't do vocalist every year. Right. So, but the Sarah Vaughan does.
Yeah.
But at this point, I hadn't studied jazz in school. All the learning that I had done in my jazz repertoire had been in between classes, in between gigs, on the road with musicians. Like I'm learning like old school, just like you. I'm transcribing on the scene. I don't have a teacher. I'm listening to songs and transcribing them. I'm sitting at the piano teaching myself, having my best friend we would shed together. I'm shedding with horn players, learning,
right. Yeah.
learning.
Roland Guerin?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
my cousin Roland Guerin, he took me on a gig.
Roland is your cousin? Well, you're related to Kent and them then.
I don't know.
You gotta be. They're related though.
I know, but I think it's different sides.
Oh, okay. Right.
I'm related to Roland by his mama. And I don't know which side of his, But anyway.
I feel you.
So Roland, I did a gig with him in St. Bart's. And, they say, here you go, man. You're just going to play a couple songs, whatever. You be part of the band. And then we get there. And he's like, yeah, okay, so we're going to do a song, Liza Jane. You know the song, right? And I was like, no, I don't know Liza Jane. He's like, yeah, you know Liza
right.
Jane. I said, no, I don't. No, I don't.
Right.
And
nope.
so I'm, oh, little Liza Jane, oh, little Liza Jane. Okay.
That's exactly it.
Okay.
That's exactly it.
But, I had to do that on the fly.
Right,
right. To get that going, it's crazy. So you were learning these things on the fly, and
not necessarily that much on the fly. No, I wouldn't say that
because you don't go to Sarah Vaughan.
Yeah, no. You don't go on any jazz gig going. No. So I'm at home learning all the songs, building my repertoire. Then I come to the gig, and that's the first time I've played it or we would have rehearsal. Yeah. But I'm learning how to solo on the gig. I'm learning how to communicate with the band members on the gig. But things are going great. So I have this Jazz Fest set. So Sarah Vaughan's in the back of my head, but I don't think I'm ready to do it.
Because we talked about that already. You don't have the
I don't have the confidence, but I haven't actually been studying enough. I know that I'm not ready. When you look at the people who have been in it, like they've taught at Berklee, they've released several jazz CDs, like the competition but jazz is a lot more heady and studious.
It's a lot more heady, but
right.
But talent,
it's like classical music. But you do have to respect the genre and speak that language, right?
Yes.
Especially if you're going to enter a competition. So I was like, let me give it some more time. So I'm still shedding, still studying, still writing, still performing, and I have a Jazz Fest set. This is 2017.
Oh, okay. So Jazz Fest straight
2017 was like the year.
It was the year for you.
Jazz Fest 2017.
Is that when you did your TED Talk?
That's when it is. I did my TED Talk in 2017.
And that's how I reached out to you.
I met my management team in 2017.
You met me in 2017.
I met you in 2017. I won that Sarah Vaughan competition in 2017. 2017 was crazy.
Yep. It was
crazy.
Fun.
Crazy. So I meet my team. I have this Jazz Fest set. I actually record a demo that my team is shopping to labels, and we're not getting a bite. And this is an established team that
gets it done.
Right. And nobody's biting because the industry is different. I might have had I had 1,200 Instagram followers. The industry now, you have to have a machine already before the company wants to latch onto you.
Yeah.
They want you to do all the work first. There's no more artist development, so that's a whole nother talk.
Which begs to say, well, why am I signing with you?
By
the time I get 100,000 followers, if you can't guarantee I'm going to get 1 million and increase my money, triple, then I don't need to sign with you.
What's the point? Right. If we still going to be making incremental steps, what is this?
Exactly.
But so we're shopping the record. Nobody's biting. So I go to the team and I'm like, yo, I know about this competition. What do y'all think? And they were like, let's try. It wouldn't hurt. Let's roll the dice. Roll the dice. I get a finalist position. They pick me to come in. So I'm nervous. I'm like, I don't think I'm ready. They released the people who are in it again. 3 of them have graduated from Berklee in vocal jazz studies, meaning
that don't mean nothing.
I'm just like,
I ain't scared. That don't mean nothing.
2 of them have taught at Berklee.
That don't mean nothing either. That don't mean nothing either.
They're all touring jazz artists, have performed at all the clubs I want to perform at, and I'm still just local Nelly.
Hey, I'm gonna say like them, okay, but you got it, kid. You got it, kid. And when you got it, kid, you got it. And that's what
my team, like Terrence, I'm not even gonna lie. Terrence Blanchard, I was like nervous. He was like, "What you nervous for?" He was like, "Clearly you got with something they want. They picked you," and I was like,
"Come on."
true. And he said, because I was trying to shed and trying to transcribe all this stuff. And he was like, now is not the time.
Yeah, come on.
He was like, now is not the time to be trying to be anybody you're not. He said, what you need to do is be who you are. He's like, the person they saw on those tapes is who they wanted. Not saying that you don't continue to always grow and continue to, but when you get picked to do, when they call you and it's in 5 weeks, ain't nothing you about to learn really gonna resonate with you. It's not sticking with you. When them lights come on, whoever you were
is who you gonna be. Because people be trying. Hey, I can't tell you how many times.
It took a long time.
I can't tell you how many times people want me to be like real chill and be easy and just stay in the spot or whatever.
It's like Tina Turner. I can't do it. I try to do things nice and easy, but baby,
I can't do it.
It always ends up nice and rough.
Come on now.
So Terrence told me that, and also one of my favorite producers of events, Danny Capillion, he called me and he was like, Quiana, I saw you made it into the Sarah Vaughn competition. He's like, I'm going to be there. And he said, I just want to make sure that you don't leave any of that Louisiana at home. Like, make sure you bring all of that Louisiana with you.
See?
And I was like, I bet. And so those voices going into the competition, because I was nervous and I was already ready to be trying to be like super technical and and like planned and scripted. It's not. So I went to that competition, and my goals when I went, I was like, okay, I just want like 50 more Facebook followers. Because in my mind, I'm getting exposure that I would have never gotten. I had never performed out of the state on my own. This was my first time performing as myself, as Quiana, being booked, because I got to be a part of the TD Moody Jazz Festival. So I'm in a prestigious jazz festival in New Jersey, which is right at New York. Like, these are like dreams, like these are parts of my plan. All these little pieces of my 10-year plan are just falling into place.
Right.
So I'm just thinking of how to capitalize on it. I just want some more followers. I want to be able to say I performed at this, and the venue, the NJ Pack. Oh my God.
Awesome venue. Great sound system. It spoils
you.
Oh
my God.
When you play the big stuff first, it spoils you and you're just disappointed for everything else.
Everything else is just disappointment, right? So my goals were just to relish in that moment. I was just so excited to be chosen and to be among them and to be listed. That already vetted me, saying whatever I'm doing, whatever path I'm on, I'm going in the right direction.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even like everybody up there were so nervous and they were kind of catty. And I was like, I'm just skipping around like, we about to sing these songs. Like, the band might have been messing up my arrangement, or, it just happened. You're there for, like, you get a 30-minute rehearsal and then you have to perform with this band you never played with. So that's no time to create a vibe. So sometimes people get caught up in, well, they're not playing my arrangement right. And it's like,
you worry about that? At this point, you need to sing. They judging you,
we just need
not the music.
Right.
Better get your mind right.
They understand that this was all put together right now. As long as you lead and carry yourself, and these musicians are consummate, they're not going to let you crumble. You may not have had that hit like you wanted it, but
okay. So now here's the teachable moment. Hey, teachable moment.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
So all those people that you was jocking and thought was so much, then you got to meet them and you realized they was petty, bitter people.
What are you talking about? No, I did not say that.
I'm joking.
I did not say that.
I'm joking serious.
I did not say that.
I'm joking serious.
I did not say that.
I said it.
What I'm saying is,
they
competitions make people nervous, and people are rigid, and it's stiff because you're not my friend.
Your life depends on it. Your life depends on it.
I know they make you like do all this stuff together, take pictures, eat dinner, but we really ain't friends. Like you.
Like I'm cutting you. I need you to know if you don't bring it, I'm cutting you.
So I'm walking around oblivious, like just happy to be there, and they're kind of rigid. So I go out and I do my thing, and I'm just like loving the stage and loving the people, and I'm interacting, I'm performing. I'm not just
you being Kiki.
I'm being little Kiki from Baton Rouge.
They call you Quiana Lynell, but you being Kiki.
Kiki came out. Kiki comes out on stage.
When Kiki come out, it's on and popping.
It's a good time, promise. When Kiki
Quiana?
Kiki take the shoes off.
But Kiki,
she pulled that skirt up and started doing a little,
Right.
And that's what I did. I sang a blues, like a traditional Irma Thomas blues, and they were like,
all Baton Rouge. Look at you, won all the homes.
They were like, "Who does this?" The jazz, but jazz comes from the blues, like, and that's New Orleans.
That's right.
That's straight New Orleans,
It's
So
Louisiana.
they appreciated all of that from my performance, and that's what I think tipped me over. Was not just my tone or my technical ability, but I was ready to, like, I could have done a 90-minute show
For sure.
that day.
Oh yeah, you own it. You like it's over already? I'm still going. Everybody else sweating bullets. You like, shit, you gonna have some fun up there.
When they called my name, Sean, when they said, because they always do like first runner up.
Boom, boom. I don't have any.
Which is second place, right? And when they said the first runner up, and the first runner up is who I thought was gonna win, I was like, what the? I was like,
I ain't even get second place, man. Come on.
Wow. So I was just like, well, I was ready to check my Facebook for my followers.
Monetize. I'm gonna monetize these 100 that I got.
I had taken a photo shoot while I was up there. Like, I was like, well, I got deliverables, I got content.
I'm ready. She ready.
When they called my name, Sean, I freaking melted. It was. I was like, oh my God, speechless.
Yeah.
My manager running, crying. It was just crazy. Because that is how I got the contract with Concord and was able to release my record with them. So that was a life changing. That whole year was like, it was ground. But that was year 7 out of my plan. Like, I'm not even. That was year 7. Like, you really have to be diligent.
7 is perfection.
Well, it was 6, 7. That's the year. You have to be diligent. I tell everybody, this is not a game. It's not something for the faint of heart. You have to sell out to the idea of what you have in your mind is a reality, because nobody's going to see it. People are going to look at you like, you want to what? When I quit teaching, my 9 to 5, my teacher job with the 401k and insurance benefits, like, I'm thugging it out here in these streets right now. So when I quit that, a lot of my teacher friends were like, you what? But you got these kids, Quiana, and like, what? And I was like, we going to be all right.
We going to be all right.
Yeah, so that's how Quiana Lynell came to be. This is how we got here.
Sweet.
So now we rocking it.
That sound right there is because it's time for screenshot selfie. Are you ready? You gonna do duck? I'm not doing duck lips. I can't do that.
We about to take a selfie?
Yeah, about to take a selfie. So get your face right.
No, how am I gonna do?
Get your face right. You gonna do like? Oh, you gotta move over a little bit. Move over to your left. Boom. There you go. You ready? Well, I can't do that side of your face. I need the whole face. There we go. You ready? Okay, here we go. Got it. Okay, so we're rounding it up. So look, I got a couple more questions for you to go. We're going to make them quick so we can get out there. Look, who's the most famous person you ever sang with?
Well, I sing with Terrence Blanchard all the time, and he's pretty famous.
Pretty doggone famous.
Yeah, he's pretty famous. But if I give you like a top 5, like my top 5 earth-shaking moment, I got to sing with, I mean, these aren't the most famous, but these are people
They're the most famous to you? Okay, let me rephrase it. Who?
I got to sing with Lettucey. I got to sing with,
She said Lettucey. I cut her. I said who when she said Lettucey. Lettucey. The R&B singer Lettucey. Yes.
Yes. I sang with Patty Austin.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I sang with. Oh, man, I'm having a brain right now.
It's okay.
Reasons. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You sang with Earth, Wind, and Fire?
No, the one part of them.
Philip.
That is the lead singer. Yes, Philip Bailey. I sang with him at International Jazz Day. Herbie Hancock. And he did the back bend. He did the back bend to hit it, and I was sitting there like, bruh. Marcus Miller, I've played with him before. Yeah. I'm very fortunate. Very fortunate. Very fortunate.
You killing the game. Okay, so look. I need you to give you've been dropping a lot of nuggets. So everybody out there that's watching it, look. This is what it takes. She wrote a 10-year plan. She sat down. Now, I'm not the dude that's going to sit there and write a 10-year plan. It's not my nature.
Even if you don't write it, though, you visualize it.
But I do write down.
You scaffold it. Yeah.
I do write it down. But I know you went way deeper than I would ever go on the 10-year.
But it wasn't like little bitty things. It was just like
big
a
goals.
step. Yeah, it was like just mapping out. It's kind of like if you're going to Miami and you say, okay, I got to go through Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. Like, that's the type of map I made. It wasn't like I-10 to 49 West to 87. It wasn't like that. It was just
15 minutes on I-10 and get off on the exit.
Yeah, no. It was like head east. As long as you see these big cities, we're going to pass through these cities. That's the type of plan I made. Like, but again, it was from the local, regional, statewide, national, and it, like, I really went through and looked at all the types of venues like that I would want to perform at, and the kind of people who work there. Like, I did.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you did. I'm telling you, man, because like I do big things. I'm like, I want Grammys. I want to play at Lollapalooza. I want to play. You know what I'm saying?
My location. I want to play. I want to play at Red Rocks. Can we get like a Louisiana?
No, Red Rock.
I want to play Red Rock.
Red Rock is a goal. And I was like, well, hey, if they played Red Rock, I can play Red Rock.
I can play Red Rock. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Okay, so last thing is, what is a revelation that you can share with people who are watching? You know, because like I say every time, the principles don't change; they work across the board. Hard work, hard work outplays talent every day.
Any day.
Every day. But if you have talent and you hard work, and then you're excellent at your craft, you can be great. And then if you have vision, then you can see yourself beyond yourself. That's my boy Mickey. See yourself beyond yourself and get to that next level. Yeah. So tell us, give us that word that's gonna take us out there and have people going like, I was watching John and All Music and Kiki. I'm sorry, Quiana Lynell.
You're so funny. I don't know if this is gonna be that life. Like, I don't feel like anything I say is that life altering. I will just say, continue to learn. Like, you hear people say that all the time about don't ever stop learning.
Yeah,
that's true. Don't ever think that, and be open to learn from every situation. Every situation is a lesson of what to do again or what not to do next.
Successful failures.
Every situation is an example of that. Every relationship, failed relationship, every time you interact with somebody and it doesn't go the right way, like, you had a part in that. So really analyzing what you allowed or didn't allow to happen to alter the future interactions, learning and being mindful, present in each and every moment in life. That's what I try to do. I try to be better every day than I would. And I know all this stuff sounds so cliche. Like, you listen to people say that stuff and you're like, oh God, everybody says be a better person the next day than you are. But it's like really true, down to basic, simple questions. Like, people ask me all the time, like, I've gotten more weight loss questions in the last few months, and which I get it now. We didn't
talk about that. But anyway, it's all good. She lost a whole gang load of weight. She lost, like, look.
It's not even a lot. The numbers are not a lot. It's not a lot.
But you reformed your body.
It's not done all the way, like, but it just comes down to.
Can I just give you an outside perspective?
Thank you.
You've reformed your body.
Thanks, Sean. I appreciate it. I'm working on accepting compliments. That's something I struggle with.
That's why I'm helping you do that.
Thanks. But everything in life just boils down to being accountable to yourself and making yourself the top priority, and knowing that everything that you do or don't have really just boils down to basic decisions that you're choosing to either not have integrity to yourself with. Like, if you say, I'm going to do this, and then you don't do it, you weren't trustworthy to yourself, and you're the most important person on the world to you. Like, you got to take care of you first. Yeah. So just being honest with yourself, being mindful in all situations, and taking control of what you can control, which is your thoughts, your actions, how you talk to yourself. That was my first. I have to start talking to myself nice. Like, I struggle with that. But I started practice positive self-talk. I have notes on my wall that say, act like you love yourself, walk like you love yourself, talk like you love. Like, I don't want to call myself, like, I have a problem of, like, if I'm sitting at the piano and I'm practicing, I'm like, oh, you suck. No. Don't tell her that.
Don't tell her that.
She's great.
Yes.
She just doesn't have it yet.
Yeah, you sound like you're having a psychotic break, but it's positive. Trust is positive. It's cool. Yeah. Talking to yourself in third.
Don't talk to my friend like that.
Yeah, right.
She's my friend.
That's second person, right? That's second
but
person.
Affirmations, practicing affirmations. I write notes on my mirror in my bathroom. Like, these are all just being positive and elevating your vibration. That's all I'm gonna say.
Look, I'm gonna give you the thing. The more you know. The more you know.
Thank y'all so much for having me.
Yes, so Quiana Lynell.
That's where I am everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter.
Spell it for him.
Quianalynell. Quianalynell. See, I got bars too. That's coming later.
I do the same thing with my name on stage.
When you have a name that's not like Peter Jackson, you have to do that.
Peterjackson.
No, why would Peter Jackson spell his name? He wouldn't. But Sean, which Sean is it?
Sean
right.
Ardwin,
exactly. So, yeah, I feel you. But I'm gonna leave with this. So I did change my name so many times. I was Kiki, I was Phonate, I was Lynell, I was Quiana. And all of these things also had to do with, like, I sat down and was like, okay, am I going to be a pop singer? Because pop singers usually have one name, like Beyonce, Ledisi, Rihanna. Then I was like, no, but jazz people have two names. So that's why I'm Quiana Lynell.
You studied. So, you studied. You got to know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to know.
Because you're not recreating. In everything that you want to do, somebody's done it before. I promise you.
They've totally
done it. So take note. Not saying that that your journey's the same, but you can find some similarities in a lot of people's journeys. I've read like 9 to 12 main, like, big time singers autobiographies or biographies. I've read them all. So I kind of know that I'm going to end up single. I'm probably going to be married 4 times.
Stop it.
I'm going to date all of my musicians.
Stop it.
I'm going to have children with
No.
That's the story of all of the singers, man.
No.
That's the story. Who ain't? That's the story of all of them.
But that doesn't have to be your story. No.
I'm just messing with you.
No, you're not.
I'm such a fan. No. I'm such a fan of love. I know that love is out there for me. Ding, give me a ding. Love is out there for me.
No, I'm going to give you better than a ding. I'm going to give you.
Yes, I believe in it. I know it's coming. I'm being patient.
Okay, so fellas, I mean, look. Don't come with no weak game. You gotta come. You gotta have your own stuff, because she got her own stuff. Because look, girl be cutting yard like a doggone manicurist. Yard is fire. Got the little what you call that?
Edge and all.
Oh yeah, she got an edge game strong. Edge game strong. I was like, okay.
I'm such a country girl, Sean. I'm such a country girl.
Yeah,
That's
she
so
be out
sad.
there riding the lawnmower with a hat and the gloves and stuff. I was like, look at her, go get it. Then she take the picture and say, look, this is what I've done. How you like this? Look at that edge game. Edge game. You gonna need your ding for your edge game. Edge game. Ding. Yeah, so thank you so much, Quiana Lynell, for coming. Look, y'all, look, this is what we do. This is what we do backstage.
I appreciate it.
It ain't no secret. I appreciate you for coming. We'll get you that second one so we can talk about everything else. Come back in season 3. You got your phone ringing. So it's a great time to roll out.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Y'all have a good night.
It's a great time to roll
Appreciate
out.
it.
Thank you, Quiana. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us at All Things Music. We really enjoyed your company. And don't forget to tune in next week when our guest will be Carl Napa. That's right, he recorded most of Nelly's discography, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Prince, and more. So look, join us next week when we go backstage one more time.